Hello, my name is Bart,
And my name is Gene.
and we are the first 10 minutes. The first 10 minutes in a movie is called the setup. It basically does three things. 1. It sets up the story. 2. It sets up the characters. And 3. It keeps the audience attention.
We will show you how this is done by visuals, sound and dialogue.
Okay, I want to start off by saying that everything you hear or see in a movie is there for a reason.
For example, this chessboard is not just there to fill up the set, it's there to tell us something about either the character or the story.
In this case, it's the character. They want to portray him as a smart man. Okay, let's continue, because there's lots more for us to find out.
In this shot, we learn a little bit more about the character. He's very neat, precise and calm.
Yeah, just look at the way he perfectly arranged his belongings. Oh, and yeah, he's got a badge, meaning he has to be some sort of cop.
See how calmly he dresses himself? And this is just perfect. He plucks one tiny little thing off his jacket. He's a very neat person.
Neighbors heard them screaming at each other like for 2 hours. It was nothing new. Then they heard the gun go off, both barrels. Crime of passion. Yeah.
Wait, hold up. Look at the way he's dressed.
Yeah, typical detective clothing.
Just look at all the passion on that wall.
Yeah, well, this is a done deal. All with the paperwork.
The kid see it?
What?
The kid.
What kind of fucking question is that? You know, we are all gonna be real glad when we get rid of you, Somerset. You know that? It's always these questions with you. If the kids see it, who gives a fuck? He's dead. His wife killed him. Anything else has nothing to do with us.
So now we know. He asks a lot of questions.
Yep, like a true detective does.
We know his name is Somerset.
Yep.
And that he's leaving.
Oh, that's what he means with when we get rid of you. With when...
Detective Somerset? I'm Detective Mills.
Here we meet the second character.
Just get in town 20 minutes ago, they dumped me here.
Look, Mills, I thought we might find a bar someplace, you know.
Well,
sit
I'd
and
like to
talk.
get to the precinct. It's all the same. You know, not much time for this transition thing.
Okay, so who's the second character? His name is Mills, he's a detective, and he just moved to town.
He also appears to be a confident person.
Yeah, just take a look at his body language. In this next scene, I want you to completely focus on their movement.
I meant to ask you something. When we spoke on the phone before,
Yep,
why here?
I don't follow.
Down all this after to get transferred. It's the first question that popped into my head.
I guess the same reasons as you. The same reasons you had before you decided to quit, yeah?
You just met me.
Maybe I'm not understanding the question.
Very simple. You actually fought to get reassigned here. I've just never seen it done that way before.
Thought I could do some good. Look, it would be great for me if we didn't start out kicking each other in the balls. You're calling the shots, Lieutenant.
Yes. I want you to look and I want you to listen, okay?
Now, I wasn't standing around guarding the Taco Bell. I've worked homicide 5 years.
Not here.
I understand that.
Well, over the next 7 days, Detective, you'll do me the favor of remembering that.
Okay, let's start over and take it slow.
I meant to ask you something. When we spoke on the phone before,
Yep.
Have you ever noticed how in every good movie there's always something moving?
Either the characters are moving, the camera's moving, or something or someone in the fore or background is moving.
This is done to keep the shot interesting, instead of just seeing people having a conversation.
why here?
I don't follow.
Down all this after to get transferred. It's the first question that popped into my head.
I guess the same reasons as you. The same reasons you had before you decided to quit, yeah?
Because of the police sirens and the people moving on the sidewalk, we learn through visuals and sound that the story takes place in a big city.
Through dialogue, we learned that Detective Mills was reassigned here and that he did a lot of effort for it.
We also learn that Detective Somerset is about to quit his job. Oh, and look at the numbers on the building.
You just met me.
Maybe I'm not understanding the question.
Okay, hold up. Let's talk about staging here.
In this shot, they are the same height, and they seem to be equals. But look what happens in the next shot.
Very simple. You actually fought to get reassigned here.
Somerset moved to the foreground, making him bigger than Mills.
This established their relationship, making him the boss.
I've just never seen it done that way before.
Thought I could do some good. Look, it would be great for me if we didn't start out kicking each other in the balls.
This confirms that Mills is confident.
Yeah, he's not just gonna let him walk all over him, or is he?
You're calling the shots, Lieutenant.
Yes. I want you to look and I want you to listen, okay?
Now, I wasn't standing around guarding the Taco Bell. I've worked homicide 5 years.
Not here.
I understand that.
Well, over the next 7 days, Detective, you'll do me the favor of remembering that.
Whoa! In this last part of the scene, we learn a lot about the characters and their relationship with each other.
Yeah, Somerset's the boss, and he's very direct and straight to the point. And he doesn't really think highly of Mills. He kinda treats him like a rookie.
Yeah, but Mills stands up for himself, even though he knows that Somerset is in charge. Oh, and for the story, we find out that Somerset is retiring in 7 days.
This scene has the purpose to further explain the character Somerset. We see that he's alone, and he doesn't really look happy. Oh, and yeah, because he isn't moving, the camera is.
In this next scene, the title sequence sets up the genre perfectly.
Yeah, the combination of creepy music and images totally tell us this movie is going to be sick. And stop. Here we've seen a couple of things. First, we saw that Mills has a girlfriend.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, we actually see a contrast with Somerset. Remember, Somerset was very neat and organized.
Oh yeah, Mills just grabs whatever he finds and puts it on. So here we see him waiting by the phone.
Yep.
He's eager and nervous to start his first day, because he wants to make a good impression.
I thought we moved here to get away from tractor pulls.
Serpico's gotta go.
Yeah, well, I might want to get rid of this little crusty. This eye, Serpico.
Did you get it?
Got it?
This part basically just shows us that these two are very much in love. And this is very important for the ending of the story. Here we see that Mills is being on time, having 2 cups of coffee.
He's trying to make a good impression and maybe build some sort of bond.
Ah, look, even his trunk is organized.
Another perfect example of visually showing a character trait.
Here we see that Somerset kind of ignores Mills.
Yeah, he doesn't really seem to like him at all, which is actually crucial for the story.
Yes, because in every good story, the main character has to go through some sort of change.
In this story, the character change is Somerset's perspective of Detective Mills.
Yes, indeed. In the end, they become friends.
Nothing's been touched. Everything's like I found it.
What time was death established?
Like I said, I didn't touch anything.
See how this dialogue scene is made more interesting?
Yeah, by movement.
Indeed, if they just stood still, this scene would get boring.
But he's had his face in a plate of spaghetti for about 45 minutes now.
Wait a minute. No one bothers with vital signs?
Did I stutter? This guy ain't breathing unless he started breathing spaghetti sauce.
So that's how it's done around here.
I beg your pardon, Detective, but this guy's been sitting in a pile of his own piss and shit. If he wasn't dead, he would have stood up by now.
All right, thank you, officer.
Here we find out that Mills is slightly arrogant. He kind of thinks he's better than the officers.
Yeah, look at his body language and his face when he gives the cup of coffee.
I wonder. What exactly was the point of the conversation you were about to get into?
Don't know. How many times has Barney Fife found dead bodies when they're dead?
Drop it.
Here we see that Somerset is used to the smell of dead bodies, whereas Mills has more troubles with the smell.
Yes, this indicates that Somerset has been on the job longer and that Mills is still a rookie.
Somebody phone Guinness. I think we got a record
In this scene, I want you guys to focus on the difference in character.
here. Better homes and gardens. Oof. Who said this was murder?
No one.
Guy's heart's gotta be the size of a canned ham. This isn't a coronary. I don't know. Whoops. How about that?
See how different they are? Mills is constantly speaking his mind, drawing conclusions. He's a very extrovert character.
While Somerset barely speaks, is very observant, basically an introvert character.
We had this case once. Guy dead on the ground. Knife in his back. Gotta be murder, right? Fuck. Anyway, big insurance policy involved, yeah? This guy took the tip of the blade, stuck it in his own shoulder blades, and he must have screwed up a few times because there was multiples back there.
Could you please be quiet?
Ouch. This establishes their relationship even further.
Yeah, typical student versus teacher.
Wait a minute.
What?
Got a bucket here.
What's in it?
Fucking vomit.
Any blood in it?
I didn't see any. Help yourself. You thinking it's poison?
See how Somerset is more experienced?
Yeah, and Mills is looking for confirmation.
Oh, and look, here comes an extra character. This is a fun fact about extras.
If a character gets a name, that means he's important to the story. If he does not, it just means that he's there to provide us with information or move the story forward.
Oh, wonderful. Very moody.
You thinking it's poison, Somerset?
You girls have got forensics waiting outside. I don't know if we'll all fit, though.
His room, light's the problem. Hi, how are you?
Hey,
Detective Mills, would you go help the officers question the neighbors?
What?
Send in forensics on your way out, please.
You see? He didn't get a name.
Yes, but he did help to move the story forward and provide us with information.
Indeed. We now know that forensics is waiting outside, and this causes Somerset to send Mills out and get them.
Thank you, Doctor.
Alright guys, this is it for now. Thanks for watching, we hope you liked it.
We'll be posting a lot more of these videos, so be sure to subscribe.